All right, the next question will start with you, Tim. And we've got a couple here, anyway, about the schools in Beverly, which, are always a concern of people. A report this year by the Commission on Public Secondary Schools characterized Beverly High School as a, quote, very good school with room to improve. What steps would you take to improve the education at the high school as well as at the middle and elementary schools? Tim.
Well, first at the high school, we're very fortunate to be in the building without, we have accreditation now, which is a great thing. But what we need to do is have professional development for teachers so they can have the tools to teach our students. And also with the students, giving them the tools like we have done with technology to move that in the right direction. So I think we're moving in the right direction. We also need to fund the schools adequately so they can have the classes to move on to college and to other activities in life. The high school is a great school, but also a lot of things start in the middle school. The middle school is very crowded as it is right now. We're talking about building a new middle school, but right now we need to take care of the facility at Briscoe right now, and I think we need to do a better job of that because the bathrooms are inadequate, the classrooms, the air quality. There's a lot of difficulties within Briscoe that we need to look at that. The elementary schools are great schools. We have all brand new ones. But again, the curriculum needs to be improved on a constant level. I know Dr. Galinsky was talking about her vision for the schools, trying to have the best possible students we can. And if we fund the schools but have adequate funding for them, then we'll be fine. But it also depends, too, on the curriculum that we set forth, but also professional development for the tools, because the times are changing here, and we need to kind of keep up with that.
Thank you. Bill?
Well, I've often said that Beverly is a city that thinks it's a town. And we rank in the top third of all the cities in the state in terms of our academic performance. But I'm sure that everyone here and everyone at home wants to be better than that and get there in terms of how we rank against towns. With this building essentially done, we now have a great place for learning. Now, a building does not provide an education, but it does provide a good place to get an education. And I'm very pleased that after this building's been in use for some 6 months, really, it looks like it just came out of the box. So the next task, and the important task, is to get on with the middle school. That's the missing project. As Tim says, it's very, very important. And of course, Briscoe right now is quite crowded. We expect to do that at the Memorial site. I would think we're 4 years away from actually putting bricks and mortar down. We will upgrade what's there and enlarge the facility. But it won't be all that long before we'll have all of our schools in tremendous shape.
Thank you. Mike?
Thank you. I agree with what I've heard already, and I just add to that, as I said, I was a school teacher for many years, and to me, education has always been the top priority of government at every level. What I want to do is this. The reality is that almost everybody who lives in Beverly either has, currently is, or will need to rely on our public schools at some point. And there are a lot of great things that go on in our public schools every day. So my plan is to get into the schools on a regular basis, work with the superintendent, work with principals and teachers, and go into the schools, go into the classroom, listen and learn more about our elementary learning centers, about our small learning community grant at the high school that was just awarded, a multi-year grant, to see our one-to-one laptop program in action. And the reality is, as I said, a lot of great things are going on. Where we have greatness going on, we should celebrate it, we should trumpet it. The whole community, the region should know this, because eventually we want to make sure that Beverly is and continues to be the destination for people who want to go for the Beverly Public Schools. Move to Beverly specifically for that reason. But for now, as I said, celebrate what's already great in our schools, and then where we may be falling short in a given area, be honest with ourselves. Roll our sleeves up and achieve that level of greatness, because what we need today, tomorrow, this year, next year, is for our public schools to be great across every classroom, through every grade level, in every building, with every program that we administer. The other thing I'd say is the community, okay, I won't because the time is up on that question. Thanks.
First thing I'd look at doing is we need to learn how to maintain the schools. That's priority number one. Because they come out and say if the school's not in good shape, the students can't learn. The old high school, we had a trade school that held 325 students. We destroyed that. Overall, the school held 2,700 students. We just let that basically deteriorate, and we ended up destroying that. So now, space-wise, we're down to 1,200 277 students that are in the high school, and they're saying that's too many students right now. So again, maintain the school. Laptops, that's a big issue also. If you can read, write, learn arithmetic, with that laptop, the whole world is yours. So they should be keying on the laptops to teach the students to become self-trainers. Because in reference to the monies that we have right now, the school cannot work on $51 million. They say that's not enough money. So they need to work with the computers, where the students can teach themselves off those computers. Then possibly, unfortunately, we're going to have to lay teachers off. But if they can use those computers, that will be a key right there.
Thank you. Would you like to take another 30 seconds, Tim?
One concern about moving forward here. We have fees. We talked about technology, and it's a great thing that we have these laptops. But Burlington, for example, did iPads, and the town of Burlington paid for them. It's a great thing that we did that, but the onus kind of falls on the parents. Once again, with athletic fees and other fees, bus fees, it costs almost $200 to park your car here at Beverly High School. At some point in time, we got to be careful. Are we a public education or are we a private institution? And we have to be careful moving forward. It's very easy just to pass the buck on to the parent. But we have a middle-class town here, and it's very difficult to move forward with that.
Thank you. Anybody else like to talk about that? Mike and then Rick.
Well, that's well said. It's a very good point made. I just want to say that in addition to everything that we do, both traditionally and innovatively within the public schools, we have an amazing wealth of talent, of just people power in this community. With all of our public and private schools, from pre-K to postgraduate, with our amazing business community, high-tech, biotech, healthcare, manufacturing, we've got the people power to bring every child in Beverly, in all of our schools, the very best of opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and math, which has been named as one of the real areas in American education where we need to improve, and also in literacy and early literacy. The Greater Beverly Education Roundtable, an organization that I helped found, has done some of that, and if elected mayor, we'll power a lot of that right out of the mayor's office and do more.
Thank you. Rick,
Yeah,
30 seconds.
In reference to the fees, we shouldn't have fees at all. Because in the schools where they learn math, when a lot of these teachers go to college and everything, and the superintendent, they learn math. And if you do the math correctly, you can see that, hey, in the future, we may not be able to afford the sports. So we can't do a salary increase above and beyond what's fair and reasonable. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons the school is not funded correctly, because the salaries have been raised too high, too fast, and there's only so much revenue they can take from the average citizens. That's it.
Thank you.